Hey, what up everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. In this video is going to be giving you my little tips on Wrestlemania travel and just basically saving it up on how you're going to be able to get this trip. Right now, I'm sure as you've seen, a lot of people have already thrown in their hat saying that WrestleMania 30, they're heading down there. And a lot of these people will be people that have never made the WrestleMania trip before. And I know more than half of these people are going to end up going, but you'll notice over the course of the next year, a lot of people start talking less and less and less about it. I didn't make the trip this year just because I looked at it from a fact of, for number one, I had a lot of things on my plate that I had to do this year, and I knocked out most of them. The biggest one was buying my wife a new car, and one of the things that I haven't done yet that I still really need to do is I need to paint my house. I really had that as one of my goals for this year, and I haven't been able to do it yet. So I still have that on my list, as well as sort of fucking myself in the long run. As of right now, I have a family vacation to Disneyland. I have my trip to SummerSlam. It looks like I'm going to be going to Bound for Glory in October. And then also I'm saving up for this WrestleMania trip that I'm talking about right now. First thing you have to do when you're planning your WrestleMania trip, if you want to set your budget right, is honestly, WrestleMania is the reason you're going to WrestleMania, and that's the biggest thing. It sort of sets the pace for everything. You sort of honestly have to figure out where you want to sit at Mania. If you want a really, really good seat, such as like the ones that I had like at WrestleMania 28 with Freaking EI 88 and Assault and Battery 777. The best way and the easiest way to get those tickets is to buy the package. They have different levels of packages that sit you in the first couple of rows and the couple of rows that are after those, in the 100 seats, and they are expensive, but they come with the guarantee that you're going to get the best seats for the Hall of Fame. You're going to get the best tickets for WrestleMania. You're going to get your access ticket taken care of and everything like that. Like, we got 8th row for 28. My buddy Mario, he sat, I can't remember what row he sat in, but he was on TV all throughout the pre-show, sitting right behind the announcers. He had great seats for this year's WrestleMania. When I saw, like, you know how like I made jokes about you were watching like the pre-show, you have to watch it on your 20-inch computer when you have your 60-inch TV on the wall. Like, I saw Mario from across the room sitting on my couch. Like, I was able to spot him on my laptop. So I mean, those were damn good seats, whatever row he ended up being in. And if you buy the package, it's a whole lot of your headache all taken care of, because you don't have to sit there and wait for the pre-sales for Monday Night Raw, for Access, for WrestleMania. All that shit's already all taken care of. Plus, you don't have to like sit there and get quotes for hotels and go on there and look at this hotel versus that hotel and see where they're at. WWE is always going to put you in the best hotel, and they're always going to put you in a good spot where you can be there. This year, I honestly heard that they put the travel people in New York, and a lot of stuff was in New Jersey, which sort of made it a little difficult on paper. I haven't talked to anybody who did it. I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and talk with Mario about his trip yet, but as far as I could tell, it didn't seem like he was having that much trouble getting around to different things. But in New Orleans, I think everything will sort of be on like a flat surface, and everything will relatively be really, really close to what you're doing. The easiest way by far is to do the package. But if this is your first WrestleMania and you're not prepared, hell, this is my third WrestleMania and I'm not even prepared. I was starting to like set a budget to see what I could do to save for Mania so I could have money for the packages in case that's what we were going to do this year. And what little did I know, the travel packages go on sale in August, and here it's fucking April. And I don't know why, but in my dumbass mind, I was starting to think that I had almost a year to save for WrestleMania. No, you got about 3 or 4 months, Steve. Damn. We'll have to see what we do about that. But from there, you also sort of have to plan around what you want to do. From a lot of the videos this year, you know, WrestleCon took over for Wrestle Reunion. They have a lot of good stuff to do. They have a lot of wrestlers to meet for autographs and pictures and this, that, and the other. But honestly, WrestleCon will set you back. You're looking at each wrestler you're going to meet. They're going to run you from like $10 to, well, $40, I guess you can say, per wrestler. Maybe some wrestlers in the $60 tier. And then there's also wrestlers like Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan that are set you back $200. So, I mean, like, they have every level of guys in there for you. And you just got to sort of think of, like, how much you really want to meet somebody. They do WrestleMania Access, which I think is one hell of a steal. I don't remember if it was $50 the past few years. It might have went up this year for the Izod Center in New Jersey or not. But you always get to meet, mid-level talent for the WWE. Every once in a while you might get lucky and you might meet a past legend who's a big deal to you. Or you might meet an up-and-comer who turns out to be somebody down the line. I remember thinking it was a real big deal when we met Sin Cara. But, if you're going to go to WrestleCon, be ready to spend a ton of money. I don't remember how much money I dropped in Wrestle Reunion, but I remember when I walked out of there, I started adding up in my head, and I said, I want to forget this number, honestly, as soon as possible. I'm at the point now where, honestly, the pictures mean more to me than the autographs, because I'm at the point now where I'm sort of drawing the line in the sand. Like, unless it's a figure that is really cool, that has a lot of, meaning to me, I don't need an autographed figure because they take up too much room. I've already filled my closet to the point where I don't think I can get any more boxes of figures in there. And I'm at the point now where I think I need to start going through them and seeing which figures I really want to hold on to and which ones I want to let go, because it's just it's taking up more room than is needed. I know I'm a big wrestling fan and I like to hold on to wrestling things that'll make me remember things, but sometimes, space is worth it to me more than anything. But the pictures and just the chance to actually, when you're meeting the wrestlers and you get to say something to them is awfully pretty cool. But you have to sort of wonder if you're ever going to have a chance to meet these wrestlers again. Bret Hart was charging an arm and a fist at WrestleMania to meet guys, and I'm doing a wrestling convention in a month, which is probably about 30 to 45 minutes from my house. And however much he was charging, I don't know, but I get to meet 10 wrestlers, and he's one of them for $80. And that's what he was charging by himself, plus some more, to get an autograph and a picture, there. So you have to sort of think of, like, is this a once-in-a-lifetime thing to meet this guy, or am I going to be able to meet him later? I went to that Mick Foley signing. Mick Foley, if he's going to be doing anything, more than likely it's going to be an Access VIP guy. But, if you're looking at an Access VIP, those range from $100 to $150, depending if they're going to keep up their New York gimmick and charge you all the money in the world, because they know they can, because New Yorkers are used to paying more for everything else. I just bought a ticket to his comedy show, and I got a picture and an autograph from him for free. So, you gotta wonder about that. Honestly, if it comes down to it, there's a lot of shows that come to town. I'm not sure 100% of the shows that did come to New York will make it out there. But honestly, that first Ring of Honor show, to me, is by far worth the money. That is honestly always one of the better shows of the year. It's always one of the first shows, so the fans that get there are hungry, and that's what makes it the best in the world, is that those people are really thirsty for wrestling. I mean, they're bloodthirsty, and it is on 100% of the night. Even if you're not a big fan of Ring of Honor, I always try to get into it, because the shows I go to are some of the best shows I've ever been to. I always fall flat, and I read stories about it, and I watch videos about it, but I'm not 100% up on what's going on. I don't watch the TV. I don't buy the DVDs throughout the year, so I'm not 100% up on what is going on. But it's really easy to do once you get there and figure out who the heels are and who the faces are. Cheer those guys, and the wrestling's always really good. I'd honestly always buy that. Dragon Gate is something that honestly isn't for me, but they always bring in somebody that's worth watching. This year they had the Young Bucks. They've had Tommy Dreamer in the past. They always put on a good show. One of the best bargains of the night is always $5 wrestling. Everybody always has $5 in their pocket at WrestleMania if you got money for t-shirts, this, that, and the other. It's just basically, everybody knows what $5 wrestling is, but they put a screen up, they show some shitty wrestling, and two guys, Colt Cabana, make fun of it, and it's always worth a laugh. And I was glad that to see a lot of people went to it this year, a lot more than last year, and it's growing in popularity. The DVDs are only $5. They sell them through high spots, and honestly, I like those DVDs a whole lot more and watch them a whole lot more than my WB or TNA DVDs and things like that. Just basically just start stashing your money. If you have a job and you have a paycheck, set up somewhere in your house where you can always just throw some money in there. What I do is I always take 10% of my paycheck and I put that into savings. 10% is not going to kill you. It's not going to break you at the end of the day. You just take some cash, put it in your Best of Superstars Volume 2. No one's ever going to steal that one because no one's ever going to open it to watch it. Because if they open Best of the Superstars 1 and they watch that one, they're sure the hell not going to go back and say, hey, I want to see some more before they were Superstars, and open up Volume 2. So stash all your money in there. No one's going to steal it. No one's going to open it and find it on accident. But that's some of the best stuff in the world. But honestly, if you really want to go to Mania, it's always going to cost you more money than you think it is. But the shortcuts are just buying the packages, and if you have to, just buy it piece by piece. But try to group up. This year I've heard some horror stories about stuff that happened. Just make sure the people that you're going with are good friends that you honestly can trust. And just honestly, that's the easiest way to do it, guys. Just save that money. If you want a really good seat, buy that package. They'll be out on sale around Money in the Bank time. I think this year they honestly didn't go on sale until closer to SummerSlam time for some reason. But it's in that July to August. That's coming soon. So make sure you stash that cash and save up. Peace out.